Okay, I'm going to be doing things a bit differently here because there's so many characters in this section. So I'll roll this 7 times and keep track of all of them. So I've got Calliope. Let me just hang on a second, I forgot to actually set up how I'm doing this. So the ones that I'm doing, we have Calliope, we have Jake,
Lucky. Fits.
we have Jane. Oh no.
Ah! Nice.
Dave, okay. We have narrator, okay.
That's perfect.
Spies, we need 2 more.
Yep.
Aradia, okay. Oh, it is pronounced Aradia.
Aradia, yes. It has been confirmed in Pester Quest.
Yes. And
it's pronounced
John.
Aradia.
Okay.
John. Alright, so
and that means
didn't keep
that
track.
You're doing these 7. Okay.
Wait. Gamzee, Jade, John, Kanaya, Carcat, Rose, Galaxy, Sullix. Ah!
Yeah. This will be fun, I think.
Right.
Wait, hang on a second. You got John on both lists. I think I rolled it from my list. So I'll move it from. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Ah, okay.
All right. So it's Carcat's line first.
Oh wait, oh shit, I'm doing Carcat.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, sure feels weird to just be hanging out and all these assholes were totally gossiping about just 20 minutes ago.
Carcat is loudly whispering to Dave, leaning a bit too intimately into the curve of his chest for 2 dudes who are dating the same girl but not each other. I always knew our gossip sins would catch up with us eventually.
Both of you!
Jade brushes past him, holding her dead teen self under the armpits, while Jake brings up the rear, striped tights his ankles in hand. He shoots Dave and Carcat a big, toothy grin. Dave nods back. Carcat continues to look somewhat seasick, keeping his eyes high so they don't accidentally graze Teen Jade's impaled chest. Jake and Jade take the corpse up the winding white staircase towards Jane's bedchamber. The Crocker mansion is a dazzling maze of marble halls polished through mirror sheen. It's the kind of place where footsteps echo from one end of the floor to the other, and even the pillows are lined with literal silver thread. There's a peak skylight at the top of the foyer that splits the morning sun like a prism, spitting multicolored dots across every surface below. Amongst those dots are drips of Teen Jay's blood. It's so dark on the spotless tile that it nearly looks black. Dave stays with Carcat by the door. They're waiting to meet Rose, Kanaya, John, and an extremely pregnant Roxy, who all show up together with baby Vriska, who's really been coming along in her metamorphosis cycle lately. She now has both oral cavities and opposable thumbs, and she's making good use of the latter by reaching out to mash her hands against the face of any adult foolish enough to enter her range. She grabs one of Carcat's little nubby horns when Kanaya passes by. He reacts pretty much the same way he would if it were actual Vriska tugging on any part of his person. He flails and grouses, making a few strangled sounds of impotent rage. It gives everyone a good giggle on a dark and confusing day. John hangs back with Carcass and Dave while the girls go upstairs. Hey, how are you guys doing? Oh, just enjoying a nice night out with our girlfriend when another teen version of a girlfriend plummeted out of the sky and bled all over our picnic pizza. Picnic pizza? Yeah, it's like normal pizza except you eat it while sitting on a tablecloth in the fucking grass. Oh, cool. I never thought about doing that. I just bring sandwiches to my picnics like a dumbass. Then again, the last time I went to a picnic, I ate, actually never mind what I ate, but it sure wasn't pizza. You're lost, bro. It's the only way to picnic out.
Stop talking about picnic pizza, you assholes! This is in such poor taste.
Yeah, he's right. Anyway, like I was saying, we were in picnic pizza heaven when fucking Space Deer Jade from I guess 7 or 8 years ago basically face planted in the field next to our romantic triple dates. Damn.
Pretty bad timing.
Or extremely good timing. I don't know yet. The conversation was veering kinda,
We were in the relationship real talk zone. Anyway, can we stop dwelling on this shit and just go upstairs?
As they ascend the staircase, they're greeted by the horrible, bone-rattling sound of a toddler screaming its head off. In the room, little Vriska Lalonde is pulling on little Tavros Crocker's thick black hair, while Jake Crocker locks and scratches his head awkwardly. Jane looks quite irritated. Gamzee Makara Crocker is at her side, serving as her ever-faithful shadow, holding her arm to steady her as she tries to revive Teen Jade's corpse. Jake! Vitriol leaks from every letter of his name. John and Dave exchange a knowing look. Who's supposed to be the cosmesis here again? Would you take Tavros out of here, please? Well, golly, Jane, I just thought it'd be invigorating for the boy to interact with someone else's age for once. Well, he doesn't need to do it here, especially not when I'm trying to work.
Hey now, Elixir Tits, you ought to chill. Yelling at your motherfucking maid Sprit is bad for the blood pressure, babe.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a clown speaking right now. It's the darndest thing. I could have sworn I just heard a nearby offensively odoriferous clown offering some advice when no one asked for his opinion.
Oh, Janie, you doing okay?
Jane wipes perspiration off her face and sighs. I don't know. I've just been under a lot of stress lately, trying to run my business, raise a child, and manage a political situation indirectly through various corporate machinations. Jake, why are the children still in here? Take them to the playroom now. Aye, Mom. Jake scoops up the squawking children and holds them as far away as possible to stop Vriska from biting Tavros' ear off. It's just one of the unfair advantages she has over him and his blunt human teeth. John and Dave part to let Jake go. Quite sorry blokes, he whispers as he takes his leave. Jane clutches her hands around Teen Jade's thin shoulders, looking the corpse over with an expression of absolute sorrow. I don't know why, but I'm having an extremely difficult time reviving her. Where did she even come from? The living Jade shakes her head.
It's like the sky just opened up. Well, obviously, she is from another timeline. Darling, can you perhaps shed some light on this?
Rose sucks on her lower lip. It takes her a moment to respond. Her fingers close around the neckline of her dress as her gaze sweeps across the room. She looks over each person present but avoids making eye contact.
I haven't the faintest clue. It could be anything.
John quirks an eyebrow at her. She doesn't sound confident, not like she did a month earlier when she claimed that Vriska had defeated Lord English. Well, something's blocking my life powers. It's as if she has a sort of poison in her. Not the literal poison, mind you. If it were as simple a matter as there being something in the bloodstream, I could revive her lickety-split. It's deeper than that. It's like a poison eating at away at the very core of her being. It's attacking her on, perhaps that sounds crazy, but a metaphysical level? It's Jay's line, which I think is you.
Huh?
What's so
It's been
wild?
4 times already.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I didn't hear any of them. You must have cut out or something. Anyway.
I think so.
What's so odd is that not only can I not bring her back to life, she also somehow doesn't feel entirely dead.
Oh, I heard that's something to do with me? Like, being here?
How so?
Well, all of ourselves across infinite timelines are actually just one self, right? Like, one ultimate self distributed across multiple bodies. So, in multiple places and states at once, every Jade that exists is like a light being shined through 1,000 cracks in the timeline. But if we were outside the place where that light is being split from, maybe one of us can exist, and that's why she's stuck in this horrible state.
Roxy places her hand on Jade's head and gives her a little scritch between the ears.
Think that Janie is just being melodramatic, Jade. It's not your fault.
Jade reaches out to take her own corpse's hand. She remembers being this age, being heartbroken, still newly godlike in her abilities, and on the verge of fighting a battle that could change everything. She can't believe how young she looks.
Do her!
Roxy claps her hands together.
Well, hate to be the one who says that we are thinking, but sounds like it's time for another funeral, Lamau.
Lamau? Roxy, Jade is dead and you're probably going to give birth within the week.
Yeah, so we gotta start playing this right now. Huh? Come on, guys. How long's it been since we all together like this?
Roxy looks around the room searchingly with a big, bright grin. Karkat snorts from the far corner of the room where he's been pouting the whole time.
I'm sorry. What was that a rhetorical fucking question, or were you just going somewhere with it? Oh, sorry, I wasn't just there. It was not rhetorical at all. The last time we were all together was Dirk's funeral.
Roxy, at the time we were mourning the death of a dear friend.
I know, right? Nothing like the death of someone we love to bring us all together again. We've all been so busy with being pregnant and birthing. 1,000 trolls that regulates the troll birthing. We don't even have time to catch up anymore.
Jane's eyes flutter wide beneath her spectacles. Unbidden, her gaze flickers to where Rose and Kanaya are standing shoulder to shoulder, very much in stable, devoted interspecies love. Kanaya catches that gaze and holds it for a very long, tense moment. Roxy, Kanaya interrupts, toe-clipped and dry.
We should not talk about that particular subject. If your concern here is what we all continue to be in the same room, it's probably best to avoid bringing attention to the reason that it so rarely happens. Ah, come on! Politics should never get between friends. Easy for you to fucking say.
Jade interjects tiredly.
Carcat, let's not, okay? I mean, not now. Let's not what? Let's not talk about the giant fucking trumpet beast in the room. Let's not talk about how Kanaya, Terezi, and I just as hard to create this world as any of you. But our people don't even get a say in how they govern themselves. Let's not talk about the crimes of Alternia are held up to unfair
Scrutiny.
To unfair scrutiny, anytime a troll wants to fucking do or say something on the news, but we're not allowed to generalize humans based on the worst things that happened in history. Let's not talk about how Alternia was basically this sacrificial fucking milk beast upon the altar that this universe was built on. But you all, we're so lucky you decide to hollow us exist alongside you instead of just letting us fucking die out on the way it was intended. Excuse you, Carcat, but no one acts like that. Oh, no one?
Carcat pushes off in the roll, furious, practically spitting flames. He points at Jane, his whole arm quivering.
Listen to the fucking news, you know. I've heard all the arguments, the ones based on the policy advice you corporate think tank feeds the president. Do you think that it's being broadcast at a frequency only humans can hear something? Do you think we're that stupid? Even I can tell the atmosphere in the Troll Kingdom is changing, and I have never once willingly had a conversation with my neighbors. Everyone's starting to get scared. More than that, they're starting to get pissed.
Jane folds her hands in her lap. Her voice is ice cold and varnish to a shine. Is this meant to be some threat of future violence, Miss Avantis? I'm not sure menacing me is making the most compelling case for your political claims.
Fucking hearing this?
Yes, Carcat, we are almost definitely hearing this. It's somewhat unavoidable with you shouting it all at the top of your lungs.
I thought it might be kind of difficult for you to hear me, what with your head shoved all the way up your big, fat ass. Well, damn.
Gamgee steps out from behind Jane, putting himself between her and Carcat. He raises his hands in a calming gesture.
Brother, chill out. Fuck off, Gamgee! Whoa, Carcat, my dude. Why are you all lashing out and shit? I thought we were motherfucking good. No, we are not motherfucking good. We will never be motherfucking good. Yo, come on, man. I motherfucking apologize about going all overboard with the malice and murder and shit. A motherfucker redeemed his motherfucking self. Y'all can't get salty with your homie no more. That be all the rule of redemption, my brotherly bitch. I don't care what you say the rules are, dude. I don't care if you prostrate yourself at my feet and lick the fucking dirt out from under my toenails. Don't fucking try to do that, by the way. I'm obviously being Facious.
Um,
Oh,
facetious, I think.
facetious. Fuck. English no good. Whatever. If you actually tried to touch my feet with your disgusting, rotten-smelling tongue, I would probably be forced to reach down my throat and pull out my own pump biscuit. That was also me being, fucking that word.
Facetious.
Facetious. My point is, don't touch anything in my direction. To each other, do you fucking understand me, brother?
Gamzee gets up from where he had been crawling across the floor in preparation for some righteous attritional toe sucking. He looks positively crestfallen.
Arcad, yo, there's gotta be something I can do. No! Never in the wildest dreams of your super-soaked pea brain will be motherfucking good, Gamzee. Because you're sleeping with the goddamn enemy. Because I still have nightmares about what you did. And because you have no idea what the fuck you even did wrong in the first place. Well, okay, Carcat, I get you're all fired up about politics and stuff, but I have Gams, okay?
Yes, can't you see that he's sincerely trying to have a redemption arc?
If I get if you don't want to forgive him, that's totes your business, but you gotta at least admit he's making an effort here. Honk. That
Karkat points at Jane again, then at Roxy, and then at Gamzee.
especially you. In fact, fuck all of you. I'm leaving.
Karkat whirls around to leave, but Dave tries to stop him, hands on his shoulders. Karkat wrestles out from under his gentle grip, hissing. He jabs Dave hard in the clavicle, hard enough that Dave is forced to take a shock half step backwards. Dude.
You do not understand, Strider. Are you deaf and as you're stupid? Get the fuck out of my way.
Dave falls out of the way, stunned in compliance. Jade gapes at her stunned boyfriend, and the empty space in the doorway left by her other boyfriend.
The f did you just say to him downstairs?
Nothing. To be honest, I think he's been holding all that in for a while. Karkat leaves a stunned silence in his wake, Jane fuming silently to herself, Kanaya and Rose exchanging a knowing look about world politics, Sean chewing his lip and mulling about how Karkat is probably right, and how if he were braver, he would have backed him up. This unpleasant spell of poorly attuned togetherness is interrupted by Jake looking all toothsome and fatherly, with Tavros asleep in his arms, and a placated Vriska riding his broad shoulders. By Jove, chaps, what was all that commotion? It was nothing, Jake. Go back to the playroom.
Wait, Jake, we're having another funeral. We don't got much time, so I'm appointing you officially third in charge of the planning committee. After me and Calliope.
Oh my god, Roxy, are you really serious about this funeral idea?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Christ, I'm all for, like, honouring the memory of this departed version of Teen Jade, you know, but you're so pregnant.
Yeah, as shit, but I don't see anybody else stepping up to the plate. Roxy, I understand the sentiment, but are you really sure it's appropriate? Yep. It's even more appropriate now. After all the bullshit that's happened, we need a good bash for the sake of team unity. I admit to still being ignorant regarding many aspects of human culture, but a funeral is not what I would call a bash. Lamau, that's because you've got no imagination, Kanaya. We'll make sure it's lit AF. Right, Jake?
Golly, I do love me a good soiree no matter the circumstance. I'd be chuffed to the nines to be your third man on this one, Rox.
Then it's official. This time next week, we'll corpse body like the end of the world. Again.
Jane pushes up her spectacles so that she can pinch the bridge of her nose. How is it that no matter how hard I try to keep the foolishness in my life confined exclusively to my romantic partners, I invariably find myself surrounded by clowns regardless?
Oh.
It's raining again, coming down in a frigid torrent. John is a pallbearer this time around. Teen Jade is so light, he and Jake alone carry the coffin with ease. Together they trudge through the ankle-deep puddles while their friends line up on either side of the stone steps that lead into the cathedral. It's just them this time, Earthsea's very own dysfunctional collection of old gods. John can't say he misses the clangor of a shameless press hounding them from the edges of what is supposed to be a somber ceremony, The smallness of the congregation under the tall Gothic ceilings makes Roxy's attitude at the pulpit all the more absurd. She leads John and Jake into the building and down the centre of the nave, humming happily to herself the entire time. An equally effusive Calliope trails behind her, carrying a bouquet of purple flowers. Despite Roxy's insistence that this sad event could only bring them all closer together, the group is sitting in chilly segments on either side of the aisle, pointedly not interacting. Karkat is sitting all on his own about 6 pews behind Jade and Dave. Gamzee is hanging out by the door, having been banished there by Jane like a wet dog. No one in the cathedral can blame her, because he certainly smells like one. Roxy, bathed in pink and gold light from the stained glass behind her, spreads her arms and begins to speechify. She practically has a shout to be heard over the roar of the rainstorm outside.
Thanks everyone for joining us today. We are gathered here to honor the memory of alternate universe Jade. Alas, we hardly knew her, by which I mean we didn't know her at all, because she fell out of the sky like a week ago, and we was already dead. But I think that's based on our long acquaintanceship, which, with a live Jade, we can safely assume that she was totally rad. So, we're all here to complete the vast cruelness of the universe. That such radness was plucked in its prime. Psst, Callie, the roses!
Oh, of course. Calliope begins flocking the petals off her bouquet and tossing them the fluttery uneven arc over Roxy's impressively coiffed hair. John face-palms audibly in the crowd. He spent the entire morning giving one more go at talking Roxy out of the entire affair, but she was suddenly dedicated to her artistic vision. You gave her the old college try, chap, Jake said to him earlier as he waxed his moustache in the mirror, but it's better for a man to just let his wife do whatever she wants. I promise you'll experience less pain that way, old boy. Purple roses traditionally represent love at first sight. However, these roses are actually red roses that were prepared using a blue dye. The blue rose is the most elusive and mysterious of all flowers. The combination of red and blue in this context is meant to evoke the dual nature of death, and that there is nothing more mysterious and impossible to comprehend than the vast void of the afterlife, but also that there is nothing that makes us appreciate the life and love that we already have than the mystery of death. While death is terrifying, there is always joy to be found among the sorrow. Each time we witness death, we fall in love with the important people in our lives all over again. Calliope is gazing at Roxy with glassy eyes. She sniffs as she plucks the last petal from her rose. A breeze washes through the cathedral from the crack in the door at the end of the room, brushing the petal off course and causing it to get stuck in Roxy's oversprayed hair. Calliope reaches out with a visibly shaking hand to remove the plant offal, but she does not draw back. Instead, she lets her hand graze down the side of Roxy's face and cup her cheek. Roxy puts her own hand over Callie's and holds it. John tilts his head and squints at the image in front of him.
Callie, that was a beautiful metaphor.
Oh, thank you, Roxy.
Don't sound so humble. It's VV deep.
I just can't take credit for external inspiration.
Now, come on, Callie. You're the literal muse.
Yes, but you're... The very tender scene is cruelly interrupted by the sound of the cathedral door slamming open. Everyone rips their heads around to see, of all people, Aradia hovering in the foyer. Her wings radiate a soft ephemeral glow that paints the walls around her pink and red. Solix is with her, feeding his way into the church along the grain of the door. He's soaked head to toe. Oh no, did we miss the entire corpse party? I hope not.
Yeah, that would be such a tragedy.
Oh, shush you. This tragedy is what I don't want to miss. Karkat jumps to his feet, eyes so wide they're practically popping out of his head.
Aradia? Holy shit, Solix! Hey, Luther. It's been a long time. It's been a long time? Is that what you have to say to me? It's been more than a fucking human decade! I thought you guys were dead!
No, I wasn't dead.
I mean, like, gone forever? I thought that you two literally didn't exist anymore. Or that at the very least, we're trapped in a dead universe, perpetually collapsing it into its own asshole. Oh, nope. Fine. Waltz in here, like, with no explanation whatsoever. Sounds fucking right. It's not like you sudden and unexplained presence is any less of a joke than this funeral we're having. Why stop at Solix and Aradia? Maybe fucking Nepeta is about to pounce from behind that grotesque statue of the human sufferer T-posing over there. Oh god. Nepeta, are you there? Come on out! The corpse party would be the same without you! Shush, everyone! There will be a reception with candy, with cake and candy after the service. You all can have your poignant reunion then. But before we unite in tearful togetherness, we gotta unite in tearful loss.
Wait, there's more? I thought that nice speech Callie made was like pretty much a funeral.
Oh no, Callie and I were just getting started. Oh my god. Anyway, where was I?
How the infinite mystery of death makes us appreciate the love we have.
Right.
Roxy starts giving the second act of her eulogy. Aradia glides to the floor and sets her feet on the stone tiling, elfin and weightless. She sidles up to Gamzee and jostles him in the ribs. So I see you managed to get out of the fridge.
I didn't just get out of the fridge. I was set free, sister.
I see.
When the door of that fridge popped open, it was like I'd be all seeing the light and shit. Well, yeah, that's what happens when someone opens the door to a totally dark enclosure. Fuck, I can't believe he's still this stupid. Oh, wait, I can. No, brother. It's a motherfucking metaphor. A metaphor for the miracle of redemption.
Redemption?
Yeah, check it the fuck out. I did my motherfucking redemption arc.
Is that so?
I've been doing all kinds of good deeds, all the lost motherfuckers, preaching the holy word, making out with orphans.
Oh,
Isn't it? Kissing orphans?
Let him talk, Soddux.
I even got a healthy, mutually fulfilling kismesis going on with that foxy human broad up front.
Aradia turns to look in the direction of his lecherous ogle, as she observes a bored-looking woman who she recognizes to be Jane. Aradia looks her up and down and arches an eyebrow in approval. It's so nice you believe all that, Gamzee. I think I can honestly say I'm reasonably happy for you.
Quiet in the back already! We're trying to have a beautiful and solemn proceeding up here.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I do agree this is a peaceful corpse party, but I think it'll be even more peaceful if we could, actually see the corpse.
Oh my god, Aradia, why are you still like this?
Roxy smacks herself in the forehead like this is the most obvious thing in the world. Of course, how could she forget the fucking corpse?
Well, you're right, I can't believe that slipped my mind. Hey, Jake, a little help? I'm like hella pregnant here, and shouldn't be doing any heavy lifting.
Jake leaps from his seat, very enthusiastic to be freed from the ice-cold grip of Jane's perfectly manicured hand. He jumps onto the stage and begins unlatching and coughing, while Calliope throws more rose petals for some reason. Living Jake slumps in the seat a bit, beginning to look green. If you're doing like the line, if you're doing the line right now, you're cutting out. Hello.
Damn it.
Okay, try again.
Ah!
Yo, babe, it's okay.
Easy for you to say. We got practice with this kind of thing.
Just remember it's not actually your corpse. I mean, technically it is, but it both is and isn't your corpse at the same time. Which, yeah, the longer you think about it, the more fucked up it gets. But also, when you objectively think about it, the combined multiverse is a huge tangle of interrelated but totally random events, and its only chance that a specific life is the one you end up living. You and that corpse could have just as easily switched places, but also that would never actually happen because it's not how paradox space works. Anyway, my point is that nothing really matters, so chill out.
I love you with all my heart, Dave, but you're really not helping right now.
With a grunt, Jake pries at the coffin. The lid creaks open and hits the side of the pulpit with a loud crack. The noise reverberates through the entire cathedral, shaking dust off the unused pews and rattling the iron in stained glass windows. Outside, a clap of thunder follows. Aradia vaults in the air and flits over the pews to get a better look at the body. Teen Jade remains in the bloody space outfit she crashed Earth in, since nobody was willing to dislodge a huge otherworldly shard from her chest in order to change her. But Roxy has done the corpse to make up beautifully, and fashioned her a lovely flower crown. If not for all the blood caked down her fronts and her conspicuous impalement, she'd look like she was merely sleeping. Now this is more like it.
Can't look.
Oh, here. Dave slings an arm around her shoulders. She starts to snuggle in, but Dave is absolutely not initiating physical contact here for the purpose of getting his cuddle on. Instead of cradling Jade in his arms, he uses his hands to cover her eyes.
What are you doing?
Emotional support, yo.
Dave.
What? I'd like to see you do it better.
Me too, actually. I'm sorry, but I'm not the one whose questionable consolation tactics are on trial here.
This is the trial, it's a funeral. They've got a point, Rose, you gotta admit.
A point about what?
You're not great at consolation, just saying.
No, you don't know that the half of it. Excuse all of you, but I am excellent advice giver. Nobody said anything about advice giving, Rose.
Oh, yeah, the advice is top-notch, but you're kind of a weird person to, like, cry in front of. No offense. The first time I ever got obsessed in front of Rose IRL, she put her arms around me and it was so awkward that I had to ask her if she was hugging me or reaching for something on the shelf behind me. Everyone, we're getting rather off track.
I was doing both for your information.
The first time Rose hugged me, it was such a disaster we didn't make eye contact for like a week after.
Jade, come on here. I shall hold you in my arms. Thank you, Kanaya. At least one of you knows how to treat a lady in distress.
Agreed. I've always felt that Kanaya has done an exemplary job of providing a model for compassionate, empathetic behaviour, which others of her kind would do well to follow.
What the f did you just say?
I'm sorry, Miss Avantis. Do you have another unsolicited political opinion you'd like to share with everyone?
The shit gayers that just shot out of your ignorance cannon.
Everyone!
Say my opinion.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Should I just go?
No, it fits because she probably interrupted him.
Everyone, be quiet! Calliope yells so loud that her voice becomes a hollow, howling shriek. The glass in the candelabras above her shatters, snuffing out the candles and filling the choir with blue smoke. She gasps and covers her mouth with both hands, shrinking beneath the startled look she's received from the rest of the funeral goers. Slowly she lowers her arms, staring at her hands in shock. This time she whispers, "Please, Roxy gathered you all here for a reason. At least listen until the end. After that you can argue all you want." Roxy comes back to the pulpit and wraps her arms around Calliope's shoulders.
Not dumb, okay? Even though I act like it sometimes, I know what's going on here. We're all drifting apart. And I know that's just a normal part of growing up and making new families. And I guess learning that some people have unbridgeable divides on political stuff. Fuck. I can accept that things aren't gonna always be the same as when we first met, especially with Dirk gone. Damn. Even though it's been more than a year, I still feel like he died yesterday. What Callie said earlier about death being mysterious and full of love is true. I don't know if I ever would have gotten up the courage to marry John if Dirk hadn't died. Sometimes I think about what I would have been like if he was still here. I think we can all agree that if Dirk didn't kill himself, there would be some big differences in the lives of people here in this room. I can't say if they'd be good or bad. Maybe when it comes to this kind of thing, like infinite probability and multiple universes and shit, they're no better or worse, just different. Even with dead Jade here, who's to say that the world she came from was actually worse than ours? She probably died a heroic death, doing something incredible. We probably only have the great lives we do right now because of her sacrifice. The universal odds of us being alive and healthy and together like this are so infinitesimally fucking that word low that it's literally impossible for us to understand with our limited linear consciousness. Isn't that amazing? So even if this is the last time we all ever in the same room like this, I think it's just incredible we could be here in the first place. Out of a sentimental number of possibilities, we are the only incarnation of this exact specific moment in all of existence. I think that we should all look around and be super grateful for what fuck.
Roxy's voice starts to crack. She staggers off the podium, clutching her bloated stomach. Roxy, are you okay?
Of course not okay. I just went into freaking labor!
Oh my god. John scrambles to his feet. Oh my god, it's happening. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god, John, why are you just keeping shouting? Oh my god, are you gonna help?
Oh my god. John stumbles up the stairs to the pulpit, holding his head with both hands. It's actually Jake, still dutifully standing next to the corpse, who catches Roxy under the armpits when she topples backwards. He passes her off to John, who whips up a cushion and wins for her to recline on. Doing okay there, sweetheart?
Put this thing inside me!
Don't worry, Roxy, we'll get it out as soon as we can. By it, I mean our child. We probably shouldn't be talking about him in dehumanizing terms before he's even born, huh? Seems kind of like a bad omen.
John, shut up! I mean, 6 gallons of Demerol Stat, let's go!
Right, going. John swoops his wife up in his arms and starts scrambling down the aisle. Wait, I would like to be there as well. Hurry up then. Calliope begins sprinting after John and Roxy, but doesn't make it 2 steps before something stops her in her tracks, a feeling that crawls under her exoskeleton. She stands deathly still for a moment, then turns to face the coffin. Something about the corpse has transfixed her. She curls her fingers around the rim of the casket and leans in, studying Teen Jade's peaceful face. Suddenly, the corpse bolts upright. Calliope yells and falls on her butt. Adult Jade screams. Are you screaming right now? Because I can't hear you if you are. There we go. By Jove! Jesus fuck. Hair veiling her face, Teen Jade sets her hands on her chest and dissolves a shard bisecting her ribcage. The wound does not heal, but it doesn't bleed either. Jade, you're alive. Or, you're not dead. It takes the corpse a while to respond. Everyone waits for her to speak. When the words leave her mouth, they send a chill through the cathedral air. I am not Jade. Slowly, Jade raises her head. The staged makeup that Roxy applied earlier is running down her face in dark rivers. Her eyes are solid black. Even more than black, it seems. They are hollows penetrating deep into a field of absence so profound it's hard to imagine a single photon has ever crossed through its infinite expanse. Meeting her gaze is like peering into a realm where light goes to die. Calliope finds the sensation disturbingly familiar. Then who are you? You know who I am, Calliope. We met once, years ago. You were dead, and so was I. Calliope now understands exactly who is speaking to her. She tenses up, scuttles backward, and begins tumbling down the stairs into the aisle. She starts running before she's even up on both feet, clawing the carpet ragged in her desperation to escape the cathedral. The congregation watches her go, but no one moves to help her, or even looks in her direction. In her wake, she leaves a primal, echoing wail. The door closes thunderously behind her. Her scream can be heard beyond the doors, growing quieter as she recedes into the distance. Kanaya adjusts the buttons on her very fashionable morning gloss and sighs.
Certainly a turn of events.
I'll say, at first I was underwhelmed with the proceedings, I have to admit, but that was quite a twist. This may be one of the best death-related celebrations I've ever seen.
Top 5 at least.
Teen Jade floats out of the coffin with measured grace. Adult Jade shudders as her reanimated duplicate passes by. She slides back into Kanaya's comforting arms and hides her face in the crook of her neck. Teen Jade directs her pitch-black eyes towards the arched marble ceiling and gazes skyward with a source of intensity and purpose nobody in this crowd has seen in years. It's as if her glare is passing through the roof of the church and continuing unimpeded through the partitions of this very plane of reality itself. You're undoubtedly surprised. These events were not unpredictable at all. This is exactly what I have been expecting to happen. She spreads her arms and speaks in a voice as deep and dark as the void. And while I cannot say the same thing for the rest of you, I, at least, am exactly where I'm meant to be. Jake meekly raises his hand, now treating the botched funeral as something closer to a classroom setting. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
since Jake, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, not to come off as a total idiot, but who are you supposed to be again? She directs a powerful vacuum of her hollow glare towards the total idiot. She regards him for a moment, radiating a sense of disdain for what may very well be the greatest living source of ignorance she has ever encountered in her many eons of existence. My name is Calliope. I am the muse of space, and I have entered this body to protect your world.